昨日の大谷翔平選手の投手復帰2登板目は完璧でしたね。1回を投げ18球、2奪三振、シンカーよりスライダー系統多めの投球になっていましたね。本日はその登板についてポッドキャスト番組やピッチング忍者で知られるロブ・フリードマン氏が話していましたので、そちらの動画をご覧ください。
Shohei Otani's second start of the season in a 13-7 win over the Nationals on Sunday went another inning, just like he did last time around. Actually, less pitches, usually trying to build up the pitch count, but they didn't want him to go 2 innings. So he went 28 pitches in game 1, and in start 2 now of the season, he went 18 pitches and picked up his first couple strikeouts of the year, 1 shutout frame in the first inning for the Dodgers, got around a Mookie Betts error, and Cam, the starting pitcher, ended up with a triple, a homer, and 5 RBIs in the win.
Yeah, he's going to be just fine. My only concern is that, him hitting leadoff, if you have those long innings, he did look a little gassed to me in those first at bats in both outings. So we all know he's AI. We all know he's not human, so he'll be just fine. I don't worry about it at all. And again, like most baseball players, like AJ said, we all hit a little bit of a wall. His wall, usually he just breaks it down a little bit sooner than most of us. But he'll be just fine. And it's good to see him back out there. The stuff looked elite. It looked electric, especially in that last outing against the Nationals. And I think it's just all about him getting back in the zone. I think he'll be just fine.
I just want to know why they didn't let him go back out there for a second inning. That's my question. If they're trying to build him up, if he threw more pitches in his first outing, why are they only having him throw 1 inning in a second outing? Why not let him go back out there? If he's going to long-term going to be a guy you're counting on, wouldn't you want to send him back out there at least for a couple pitches just so he gets used to getting up and down? Unless he's just going to be a 1 inning guy.
But that's my concern, AJ. I think he looks gassed. I think he looked gassed. And as I'm with you, I thought the same thing. And it's like, this is Shohei Otani. This is your franchise guy. And I just think his bat looked a little slow in those first at-bats. I know the adrenaline is pumping like crazy as you go out and start, especially in Dodger Stadium. The crowd's behind you no matter who you're facing. I just think it was more so, he looked gassed. Let's get him out of there. But I think they're still going to try to eventually get to that point. But again, this lineup, they got a Max Muncy. It was Max Muncy day yesterday. Get on that guy's back. They have so many ways to beat you that they don't have to rush him back even in trying to stretch him out, I feel like. So I think it was just more of them reading the room. And I think that's why I think David Roberts even went on wax to say, like, we might need to think about moving him down the lineup on his start day so he's not so gassed.
I've got a quote for you. Yeah, Dave Roberts said post-game, I think we're always going to be cautious, so I don't even know what that's going to look like to be fully built up. I don't think anyone knows what that looks like because it's not a normal starting pitcher. To say 6 innings and 90 pitches, I don't even know if we'll get to that point. Now, in fairness, it sounded like he wasn't coming back until later in July, and here he is now. I think part of this quote to me, Cam, is about the fact that it's whatever Shohei wants to do. If Shohei in September is like, yo, I'm going 90 plus in 6 innings because I feel good, then they're not going to stop him. I think they just don't really have much intel because it's more about, hey, Shohei, how you feeling? We had Joe Madden on the show last week, and that's essentially what he told us. After they got through the Shohei rules that they created and he said, I'm going to take over, they basically would just talk to him and be like, what do you want to do? And then he would tell them.
Yeah, and I think you have even more room to do that when you're coming off a World Series championship and he didn't throw 1 inning. So I think you have the luxury when you talk about other guys who possibly could be back later on. There's no reason to rush him out there. Again, check on him. How do you feel? I'm a little gassed. I'm a little winded. And it seems like one thing he's really good at doing is being honest with himself and the team. So I think that's also his superpower, guys being honest about how they feel, especially this guy. So I think it's the smart way to go about it. And I think the track record of them winning a World Series last year with him not throwing an inning makes it even more easy for them to go, hey, let's just take this as slow as we need to.
MLB Times.
At number 2, Shohei Otani for this disgusting sweeper here, as well as this filthy cutter. He picked up 2 Ks in his 1 inning of work, This game, instead of focusing on his sinker, which I got a ton of questions about from Japanese media after the last game, this game he worked on his cutter. He just picks a pitch to work on during his start. I love it. He picked up 2 Ks in his only inning of work. And I did this comparison of Shohei's mechanics before his injury and after his injury. And you can see these various changes in his mechanics, including a step back where he puts his hands, how far he kicks his leg out, as well as he has a little bit lower arm angle now. Of all these things, some of these may be to protect his arm. Maybe the step is to gather momentum into his mechanics versus starting from a complete stop. The arm angle thing is shown maybe to help with injuries, or some of this is just a reflection of other changes he's made in his windup. But anyway, he has made some significant changes.
But next we're headed to the City of Angels, where the starting pitcher, the Japanese jackhammer, had 5 RBIs in 2 innings, including this dong, where unfortunately Dad missed the catch and Son cried his eyes out. And frankly, it's an appropriate reaction because even in 10 years, he's going to wish he had that ball. But we're the dong of the day, we're actually keeping it in this game because Max Muncy one-upped Shohei, although he didn't pitch. But he one-upped him because he had 7 RBIs in 2 innings. Muncy had a pair of pimp jobs, and the first one was a grand slam that came in the 6th inning, and they were down 3-0 at the time. So it was enormous. But then Muncy and the jackhammer just went berserk, and they had 12 RBIs, and it looked less impressive afterwards. But yeah, he had a grand slam the next inning. He did 3-run shots. Muncy has his 200th career homer as a Dodger, actually, with this second one. And it's your dog of the day.
And now, my pitching ninja moment of Zen. Seiya Suzuki is just a vibe. I mean, he looks like I feel every morning.
シミュレーションゲームでは40球ほど投げていたので2回も上がるのかなと思っていたのですが、交代となりどうなんだろうと思っていましたが、もしかするとオールスターまではこういう形でいくのかもしれませんね。グラスノー選手ももうすぐ戻ってくるという情報も入っていましたので、焦らず調整して9月などにフルで戻ってくる計画なのでしょうかね。投球フォームに関しても横に並べてみると結構変化していますね。以前よりも投げ終わった際の体の回旋も増している感じがしますので、肩、肘の負担を下げるためにいろいろと試行錯誤が伺えますね。そして大谷選手とは別の話になりますが、今永選手が日本時間27日に復帰が決まりました。一体どんな投球をしてくれるのか楽しみですね。最後に取り上げられていた鈴木選手も調子がいいのでカブスにも注目です。本日もご視聴ありがとうございました。チャンネル登録、高評価よろしくお願いいたします。